Yeah, for the most part. Goddamn, I just recorded this shit talking to my cousin.
Oh, for real?
And then to hear myself speak, for a few minutes, because this shit only like 43 minutes.
Okay.
I listen to hours worth of books.
Yeah.
But in the same way as I'm going through this, probably like at least 3 times a day, just for the fuck of it, to see what will evolve from
I like that.
evolution in a sense. Because that's how I went. I listen to The Richest Man in Babylon, 5 hours and 43 minutes long. I listen to that for 3 times a day for over 45 days, getting paid weekly. And all of that reflection stemmed me to be like 150 times listening later. I was like, are they talking about black people?
Yeah.
Because in the 1930s, since niggas was just getting free. Right. And all around this time, and even from fucking Babylonia, it's fucking parallel to Houston. I was like, and then he was like, you're a forward knave. And he was like, don't let yourself get niggerly. I was like, did they just say nigga? And so I was just like, after so many reflections to me in my way, I was like, you nigga, they talk about niggas. Thanks. So I just started to be able to use what I would equate it to, use my melanin in a certain way to be like, man, this is this. And I guess another key to developing and just evolving something. Because basically they say like sometimes you just need that one next idea. I think Jim Rohn said that shit, but you just need that one next idea. And it's kind of, actually it was him, but it's kind of like a lock where you just need one more piece to the puzzle type shit to unlock it. So him relating that shit is just interesting.
I love to take in a lot of information as well. What I mean? I listen to a lot of podcasts from different interviews, like Man Papa, Bias for the Opinion. I be on YouTube a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I be on Clubhouse. I listen to a lot of stuff that's in the entertainment industry. I ain't gonna lie, but at the same time, I try to pay attention to deep stuff too. Learn about more Black history and all of that. But I listen to like Whack 100. I've been listening to different people like Hassan Campbell. These are all people like from the streets, but they kind of like turn it over now. Yeah. They got money and they doing their little thing, but some people might not know about them. So.
Yeah, comparably speaking, I ain't never listen like on a voluntary listen for a couple hours, never. Yeah. And not yet. I like you skim like 40 minutes and I ain't visit that again type shit. Yeah. But I still like one nigga name I ain't never came across yet in a scheme of things. Then the other nigga name I just kind of avoided because it wasn't too much of shit, comparably speaking. Right. But as your capacity builds, you start to reflect on what you were able to get to in different ways. And then you can possibly compare somebody else's evolutional kind of stance to what you could do with the same difference or whatever. So, like, I can understand.
I appreciate, learning about different people and, at every walk of life, and I try to just be the best person I can be. And another thing, I like how you doing your thing when you listen to yourself and people getting into that, because that taps you into, who you are and who, it's interesting.
When you get to a point to where you listen to, especially while you're at work, you putting all them hours listening to niggas, just niggas.
Right.
Comparably speaking, on a reflection of gathering all the information and putting out with it, you could have spent the same different time listening to books. Right. Like over 365 days a year on my reflection, I've at least listened to at least one book a day for the last 3 years. And on the reflection, I've been listening to books for 6 years. Yeah. And then on the reflection of that, before I got to books, I was listening to foundational, what I realized on my head was foundational information coming from lectures and different seminars and shit like that. So it was like everybody's unfortunate, because you can only listen to one thing at a time. Right. So everybody's unfortunate angle to where they get exposed to different things and then their own competencies and then what they're trying to do and all that other shit and all this extra shit, like, in a sense, you've gathered this for a while. Right. Stop gathering that shit. Go gather some more shit and dig into it deep, and then stop gathering that shit, and then go gather some more shit. Because the more I started doing that, I started to see everything like this whole world is a big basketball. Just like Dick Gregory says, universal glasses. Yeah. You see so much to where you can see enough to where you know what you're seeing, and it's rather than somebody else trying to see you how they trying to influence you to see it. Right. But overall, beware of the storyteller, because the storyteller already knows what he wants you to believe before he started talking. And then the other side of it, urban fiction African American. Comparably speaking, that's all you listening to. Yeah. And in my own opinion, talking shit, bunch of trash. Yeah. So in a sense, if you tailor it around a little bit, urban fiction African American, if you type that in on the search bar on Audible, comparably speaking, those stories, those are just books from different niggas in the world. But as as a reflection, I listened to over 30 in 1 month when they switched it around and included it in the membership. So if you get the Prime membership or some shit with the Audible, you got 2 titles that you get each month that you with the fucking little credits, tickets, whatever. But then you got the whole included in the membership type shit. So when you type in that, that's 275 books that you can listen to. When I reflect, I was like, man, this is a bunch of nigga stories. And I was like, man, if you're a nigga in America and you ain't got no nigga stories, you're gonna be at a deficit. And then I also understood a different reflection. It's like, just from gathering all of these different behoovements, I barely had a nigga around that can give me some behoovements. But from choosing, making a choice about this title, I started to realize that was what I needed for my life. But overall, that's what I had. But overall, that's what I had in a sense I had more of to be able to make a point or make a choice in the point of being, in a sense, a man. Because that's all what the fuck you got a template for trying to follow some man shit when all you got is just some bullshit type of shit that's tailored for some shit. So in a sense, AKA, take the Bible, take the book. How you gonna debate the book? The nigga is dead already. When I'm listening to this shit, like I learned from all collecting all this shit, and years later, don't debate the facts. Acquire the facts and use them to save your life. That's a much better behoovement rather than just stopping this shit. In a sense, stopping the music. You don't, on the music, it's playing 3 minutes. You don't stop the shit. Oh, he said something good. Oh, I didn't catch that. And you don't stop it and repeat it or rewind it. You just keep listening. And then if you like it, you listen again. That's the thing I tapped into with 5 hours and 43 minutes. So that unique reflection that it all did and built, and the shit that I'm getting from there, everything kind of stemmed from that action, being able to reflect instantly. Now I got money because, like instantly. So I started to realize I don't speak to you for you. I speak to you for me. I don't speak to you for you. I speak to you for the next person. And overall, I don't really give a fuck about what you do with the information. Main thing I give a fuck about is if I get a chance for somebody to come around me where they can spark. Basically, niggas keep saying, yeah, that makes sense. And that keeps stemming me to keep saying some shit like a fucking crackhead. That shit is addictive. So if that's the free shit, then, or if that's the shit that could be, and you over at the key bank,
yes, sir.
Yeah, if that's the shit.
I do security there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's
James, you on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull you on this one, cause you got a piece on here.
Yeah, cause I'll check you out, and I'll subscribe to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you type in Thrive and don't.
Thrive. I'm gonna take a picture.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
And then I get you the other links or whatever, cause this shit.